Up until now, I've been focusing on the problems that we faced. But in terms of educational diversity and maybe excellence, we have seen a certain amount of improvement, on the other hand. I was born in 1965. I'm 44 years old. I'm about to be 45, which makes me part of the generation in which the focus on competing by exams to gain the best possible education's record. So I'm, so to say, I was born in the period of exam war period, and I was about the peak of that. In our generation, there was a large population belonging to the same grade. In my high school, there was 13 classrooms in my grade. Now, my own high school has only, I heard, 5 or 6 classes. So it's like half of what used to be my high school age. This generation, there was a large population, because there was a large population, in order to secure the final goal, which is employment. If you want to secure a position in a good company, you need to graduate from a better university. And go to a better university, you have to go to a better high school, etc. It goes down all the way to kindergarten. Now, there's each war in each period of your education. Since there was only a limited intake on each institution, everybody will not be passing the exam. So at each stage, they had, as I told you, a prep school to go to junior high, prep school to go to high school, prep school to go to college, etc. So this battle between these prep schools was also very high. And they were much higher education than this school itself. So it's almost impossible for a child to pass the exam he or she aimed for, only by following education of the school itself. They always have to do something else, prep school or equivalent done by yourself. So the number of junior high colleges and various type of professional colleges increased as well. So people who cannot enter college, when they failed, there was also a way for another education. As I said, the junior colleges or professional colleges. So I would say, because of this exam war, the diversity of the education itself was at a certain point made in this period of war exam period. In other words, you could say that options overall increased enormously during this period. However, when it came down to the final aim of this process, which is finding employment, now it didn't do much with what you did and where you studied, etc. The only thing the company wanted was which college or university that he or she graduated. Now, Tokyo University was one of the best at that, Waseda, Keio maybe, Kyoto, etc. Following this period, the bubble economy bursted, and Japan was assailed by consecutive waves of recession. The subsequent reevaluation of the lifetime employment system and increase in the number of agency workers due to deregulations caused a dramatic reduction in the number of university graduates recruited by corporations. So even if you graduated universities, there's a lot of people didn't have a chance to get a job in these recent years. And this is what we describe now as job hunting ice age. The myth that you only needed to graduate from university to find a decent job disappeared. And in fact, we started to see a situation where those studying professional courses became more highly valued. Moreover, the falling birth rate caused the total number of potential students to decrease. And so education institutions were forced to close down a lot. Now, if we take another look at the education situation in view of these circumstances, I believe that two things are called for. First, it is in such time that the children should receive at least minimum level of secondary and high education. And secondly, parents should create the appropriate environment for supporting this. And to conclude, while compared with other countries in Asia, Japanese education is more diverse and perhaps at a slightly more advanced level. But the creation of an equal higher education environment is still very much at a developing level. I want to stress here that diverse and high quality education only counts upon and only should be based upon universal higher education system. Now, I hope that you can learn from Japanese example that the minimum level of secondary and higher education should not be impoverished by placing too much effort into pursuing diversity and higher level of education. Since we achieved a change of government, the DPJ, the Democratic Party of Japan, administration led by Prime Minister Hatayama, has dramatically increased the budget allocation for education and child bearing. And in attempting to overcome these difficulties, I have outlined. So I've finished my speech now, and let Mr. Toyama speak to inform you of the new policies of Hatayama administration. Thank you very much.